If you take blood pressure medication or you check your blood pressure at home, I need you to watch this entire video before you take another reading, because there's a very good chance you are making at least one mistake that is giving you a completely false picture of what is really happening inside your body. And that false picture may be one of the most dangerous things in your life right now. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly 7 out of 10 adults over the age of 60 in the United States have high blood pressure. But here is what most people do not know. A large percentage of them believe their blood pressure is under control when it is not. Not because their medication is failing, not because they are doing something obviously wrong, but because of small, invisible mistakes that happen every single day around the way they measure, manage, and think about their blood pressure. I'm going to walk you through 5 of those mistakes today. And I also want to tell you about one particular mistake that cardiologists say is the most dangerous of all. Not because it hurts immediately, but because it gives you false confidence for months, or even years. We will get to that one shortly. But first, let me explain why this matters so much after 60. As we age, our arteries naturally become stiffer. The walls thicken, the flexibility decreases. According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, this means blood pressure in seniors can fluctuate more dramatically than in younger adults, and it means that errors in measurement or management have far bigger consequences. Even a reading that is off by 10 or 15 points can mean the difference between appropriate treatment and a silent crisis building inside your blood vessels. The first mistake is measuring your blood pressure immediately after waking up, or right after activity. Many seniors check their pressure the moment they get out of bed, or after walking to the bathroom. But the American Heart Association states clearly that you should sit quietly for at least 5 minutes before measuring. Your pressure after sudden movement or after waking can be artificially elevated or artificially low, depending on your body position. And neither reading tells you what your resting pressure truly is. The second mistake is using the wrong arm position. If your arm is hanging at your side, resting on your lap, or held above your heart level during measurement, your reading will be inaccurate. Harvard Health Publishing confirms that your arm should be supported on a flat surface at heart level, with your feet flat on the floor and your back supported. No crossing your legs, no talking during the reading. These details sound minor, but they can shift a reading by up to 10 millimeters of mercury, which is clinically significant. Now here is something I want you to hold on to, because I'm going to come back to it after mistake number 3. And it involves a situation that most seniors find very relatable and very surprising. The third mistake is only measuring once. Blood pressure varies naturally from minute to minute. A single reading catches one snapshot. The American Heart Association recommends taking 2 readings at least 1 minute apart and averaging them. Seniors who take 1 reading, see a high number, and panic often cause their own blood pressure to rise further from the anxiety. Conversely, seniors who take 1 reading, see a normal number, and feel reassured may be missing a pattern that only reveals itself over multiple readings over multiple days. The fourth mistake is what researchers call white coat effect at home. Most people know that blood pressure rises in a doctor's office from nerves, but studies published in the Journal of the American Medical Association have shown that many seniors unconsciously create the same anxiety response at home, rushing to take their reading, worrying about the number before they even press the button, and then interpreting an elevated reading as confirmation of danger. The result is a cycle of anxious measurement that consistently inflates the numbers and leads to over-treatment. Think about someone like Harold, a 74-year-old man from North Carolina, who was checking his blood pressure 4 or 5 times a day after his doctor adjusted his medication. Every high reading made him more anxious. Every anxious state raised his pressure further. When his cardiologist reviewed his log, she immediately recognized the pattern. Once Harold learned to measure only twice daily at calm, consistent times, his average readings dropped noticeably without any change in medication. The fifth mistake, and this is the one I warned you about, is taking medication inconsistently or stopping it when you feel fine. According to the Mayo Clinic, blood pressure medication only works when it maintains a steady level in your bloodstream. Skipping doses, taking them at irregular times, or stopping because your readings looked good for a few weeks removes that protection exactly when your body may need it most. Think about someone like Ruth, a 69-year-old woman from Ohio who stopped taking her blood pressure medication after 3 months of normal readings. She felt perfectly healthy. 6 weeks later, she had a transient ischemic attack, a mini-stroke, while sitting in her kitchen. Her blood pressure had been silently climbing again for weeks, with no symptoms at all. Ruth's story is not rare. Doctors see this pattern constantly. So what can you do starting today? First, set 2 consistent daily times for your readings. Ideally, morning before medication and evening before bed. And sit quietly for 5 full minutes beforehand. Second, use a validated upper arm cuff, not a wrist device, and position your arm correctly at heart level every single time. Third, always take 2 readings 1 minute apart and record both. Fourth, keep a written log and bring it to every doctor appointment so your physician can see patterns rather than isolated numbers. Fifth, never stop or adjust your blood pressure medication without speaking to your doctor first, even if you feel completely fine, especially if you feel completely fine. Managing your blood pressure after 60 is not about checking a box once a day. It is about building a small, consistent habit that gives you and your doctor an honest picture of your cardiovascular health. The seniors who do this well are not the ones with perfect numbers. They are the ones who measure carefully, communicate clearly, and never assume that feeling fine means everything is fine. You have the power to protect your heart and your brain, starting with how you take your very next reading. If this video helped you understand something you did not know before, please share it with someone you love. Subscribe for more videos like this one, and take care of yourself because you deserve accurate information and a healthy future.